Hey guys, Josh from the Steelverse. In this video, I'm going to talk about my custom movie collection part 5. So we've already got 4 videos out there already. One I did fairly recently. You can see them all on my channel. I've also done a Marvel MCU collection before, like a custom one, custom Defenders collection. And yeah, you just scroll through the channel, you'll find a lot more. So this is now part 5. You don't need to follow them in any particular order. But basically, yeah, so I update my Steelbooks and I update my Blu-rays and DVDs for many reasons, really. So I'm quite limited on space. So what you see behind me is basically a bookcase. That's all I've got for films at the moment. I've got 3 young kids. And yeah, so what I do is I tend to condense my collection. So if I've got, I don't know, 5 Blu-rays and I think, I could put them all into one case and give them one design. And then that takes up one space. So I did a Fast and Furious one once where there was literally 11 films, if you include the spin-off, 11 cases, and I condensed them to 2. Things like that. So it saves a lot of space on the shelf, but also there's some Blu-ray films where I think that'll look cooler in a steelbook. Or there's some DVDs that I think that could be either turned into a steelbook or it could turn into a Blu-ray to go with the rest of the shelf. So lots of reasons. And obviously at my company, the Steelverse, we make steelbook stickers, magnets, spines, Blu-ray covers and DVD covers, and now VHS covers as well. So I'm going to show you. I've only got a few that I've done recently. There's one that I can't remember if I've shown you guys already. I don't think I have. I may have put it on Instagram once. But let's start with this one. So I really enjoy the Bourne films. I absolutely love them. Even the 4th one, well, technically the 5th one, I suppose, Jason Bourne. It's good. It's nowhere near as good as the trilogy. The spin-off, which was Bourne Legacy, I actually quite enjoyed that as well. And I had them all. It was in quite a big chunky case. And then I had Jason Bourne separate to that. And again, I just wanted to tidy it up a little bit. And you can get cases so thin that will hold at least 6 discs in them. And they're quite cheap. So yeah, so I did this one quite a while ago. This is one of my first projects I did. So I took a picture of him from, I think, the first film, and then I've done that. So I've got there, and then I've got the updated. So I've got Bourne from the latest Bourne film on the back. I was saying there, I've even actually included my QR code, which I don't really do often. But yeah, and it's called the Bourne Collection. So there you go. So that's what it looks like there. So yeah, so then that holds literally all 5 of my discs, and I've even got a space there for when they make a 6th one, which they will one day. They're always talking about it. So there is a space there ready for it. Age ratings, I'm a bit sporadic with my age ratings. Sometimes I include them, sometimes I don't. Age ratings don't bother me too much. I would quite like all the up-to-date age ratings on my stuff, so I like the 12 there. But yeah, so that fits nicely on my shelf. Sticking with the Blu-ray theme, now these films are a bit of a guilty pleasure, which I think everyone should have or has got. So they're just films that you want to just chuck on. You just don't really need to think about them too much. They're not the most amazing films in the world. They're just either cheesy or they're entertaining or just fun. And for me, it is Triple X. So Triple X came out in the early 2000s with Vin Diesel and Samuel L. Jackson. And then they made a second one. Vin Diesel didn't return. Instead, they got Ice Cube in. And then they did do a third one years and years later. Now, I grew up with these films. So 1 and 2, I was probably around the age of 10. So for me, when I watched those films, I thought they were incredible. I loved Ice Cube anyway. And I loved his films back then. And I liked his music. And yeah, they're not going to win awards. They're not going to win Oscars or anything. They are very cheesy. Some people would have never heard of them, but I enjoyed them. And I thought, well, I saw them cheap on Vinted. I thought, well, why not grab them and make a case for them? Now, the third one, I didn't enjoy it that much. I only seen it once. I haven't got it yet, but I will grab it. Maybe if I sit back and chill, I might enjoy it a bit more. But yeah, so I decided to put this in a Blu-ray case. So I found artwork for the third Triple X film, Xander Cage. And then what I did was I placed Ice Cube next to Vin Diesel, and Willem Dafoe's character from Triple X2, I've included him to the side, added some flames, added the title and some helicopters. So this is the front cover there. So I quite like that. So yeah, Ice Cube's actually covering, there was a lady next to Vin Diesel, but I managed to put Ice Cube over the top. And then Willem Dafoe's here. There wasn't many versions of him to use, so his face was a little bit, I don't know, patchy. So I added some flames, so there's like the fire there. And then the back, I've put all the titles on the film as well. So the sky matches the front. And then I've got the Triple X collection on there. Now you have to be careful when you're looking at searching the Triple X, as I found out. Yeah, so that's what it looks like there. And again, mindless action, mindless fun. Takes up one Blu-ray space. This is a 4-disc case, in case they do another one, which Vin Diesel I know would love to, because he loves his sequels. But yeah, so the Triple X, I'll probably watch it every now and again, but just for fun, really. Now, we'll move on to Steelbooks. Now, I do love Christopher Nolan. I enjoyed most of his films. Like Tenet, I wasn't a massive fan of. I know there's going to be a lot of controversy around Odyssey, but I will go and watch it just for the filmmaking point of view. Really loved Oppenheimer, Inception, Dark Knight Trilogy, Interstellar, etc. So, but I've only got a few of them on Steelbook. So I made the Dark Knight Trilogy in my last video, so I made that into a Steelbook. And then I've already got Inception on Steelbook and Oppenheimer on Steelbook. But the rest, they don't have Steelbook. The rest are always on Blu-ray. So I recently rewatched Insomnia, which is very underrated. It's got it's Christopher Nolan's, might have been his like second or third film, I can't remember now, but it had Al Pacino and Robin Williams in it. Now, two brilliant actors, but it's a film that doesn't get talked about much. And I had to buy it like a German version to get it on Blu-ray, and it was one of those really slimline cases. And I'm not a big fan of them because they don't really go with the rest of my collection. And yeah, I thought, well, it needs a Steelbook treatment. But artwork can be very hard to come by, especially for films that aren't as popular. It's mostly the same poster over and over again. So it was a challenge, but I managed to find one. So I will show you the front back first. So here's the front. So what it is, I replaced the title with the one that was released. And then I've added a film by Christopher Nolan, because all my other Steelbooks have that. And then the back, so this was blue and white at first, but I've made it black and white like the front. And then the spine there. And I put the little Warner Brothers logo, because again, my Inception and Oppenheimer have the film logo on them. Dark Knight I didn't do it for, but I will do now I've said that. So yeah, so that is what it looks like. And yeah, so I'm quite impressed by that. I've done the inside as well. This is a 2-disc case, but there's only 1 disc that needs to go in there. This case was Safe House Steelbook. I think it was £2 in CX. So that is the inside. Now, we do inside spines. I just don't tend to I don't like applying them to my Steelbooks, and it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, so I'm quite impressed how that turned out, because the original cover was rubbish. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And then my last one to show you is another Nolan film, and that is a film called Memento. I haven't seen this since I was a young teenager, so I need to rewatch it. But yeah, it's another film that I remember really enjoying. It's got Guy Pearce in it, and yeah, it doesn't get talked about much. Like I said, I need to rewatch it. But again, needed the Steelbook treatment. So, and there's quite a lot of nice artwork for this one because of the theme of the film. So for the front, I did that. And then for the back, I found like a collage of images. So I've done that. And then for the spine, it just says Memento. And then again, for the bottom, This film company was Pathé, and it's a bright orange logo with like a chicken next to it. Now I removed the chicken and I made the logo white and black. I don't know if you can see it there. But yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with how this one turned out as well. So that is what it looks like. And again, it's a 2-disc one. This one was, which one was this one? Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which is an okay film. It's got a good cast in it, but the steelbooks go really cheap because not many people bought it, I don't think. So the steelbooks you'll always find for like £1.50. But yes, so on the inside I've got this, which I really like how that's turned out. So these are like little posters from the film, and I'll show you the front again. Yeah, so there you go. So I've got a few more to turn to steelbooks if I'm doing the Christopher Nolan one. So I've got Dunkirk, Interstellar, which Interstellar is one of my favourite films. And what else have I got? The Prestige as well. Now he also did The Following, which was his first film. I haven't seen that, so I might check it out first. I might try and give Tenet a go, but I've got a feeling that my feelings won't change on it. I think it will. It was a very confusing film. I think he just went a bit too far with it. But I know there are some people that absolutely swear by it. So I might try and give it a go. And yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to The Odyssey. I get why people aren't. I do understand it. But yeah, I still want to give it a go. I love the way he makes films. So I'm going to go and watch that maybe in a week or two, maybe in IMAX. But yeah, so those are my customs. Like I said, this is part 5, so do check out the other videos that I've done. And it might give you ideas, you never know. In my last video, I did Avatar Free Spine, I did Dark Knight Trilogy, I did the Angel Fallen collection as well. So yeah, check them out. And if you want any custom covers, just literally click on the link in the description below, give me a message, and we could have a chat about it. You could see all the reviews, you could see all of the orders that we've had. There are ideas all over Instagram as well. And yeah, cheers for watching, and please do subscribe and give us a like. Cheers, bye.